Nice 1-3 put out there.
McDougal is your second baseman. Patrick O'Sullivan is shortstop. He will be DH4 by Max Dunn.
Pierce O'Sullivan.
Pierce O'Sullivan, my mistake, thank you. Strike one. Oh no, Pierce O'Sullivan's playing third,
base.
Jimmy Fallon's playing short. Ground ball over to Pierce O'Sullivan.
Pierce
Can't
O'Sullivan
come up
backhanded
with it. And now that will be a man on with 2 outs. Almost got a 1-2-3 inning there for Milton.
Pierce O'Sullivan had made some great plays in that first game against North Quincy on a really tough surface, and that one, that hit seemed to gobble him up a little bit. So we got a base runner on for Owen McHugh.
Couldn't come
Up as George Slauson here, the DH.
Ooh, and that's a skeptical outside call.
1-0.
And now the count 1-0.
That'll be 2-0.
That one's high. And that's a nice hit down into left field. That will be a single for number 34, George Slauson.
Slauson, the DH, stings a line rope over to left field. No, we're not getting any feedback. He can't hear himself, neither can I. It's right there, the feedback. It's the feedback. We can't hear each other. Josh Bates here.
That'll be
taking a
strike
swing and a
one.
miss.
Gets him swinging. Now 1 man in scoring position with runners on first and second. As McHugh looking to get the third out of the inning with no runs scored. McHugh steps off. Out and left is Harrison Hinkle, center Longo, and right Reed Dexter. It's a ball in the dirt.
That'd be 1-1 the count now. Josh Bates, the third baseman, at the plate here for the Plymouth North Eagles. That'll be a strike.
Throw over to first. Beckett isn't there.
Count will be 1-2 here.
McHugh looking to bring him in. McHugh steps off. Ooh, and that
2-2.
will be a
Yeah, he
ball
was looking to
outside.
go off speed on that one, Jackson, and just barely missed the mark there. Looked like he went to the slider.
McHugh. This could be the pitch to end the top of the first. And it does, and that'll be
Big
strike
swing
3.
and miss. So that'll end the inning here with Plymouth North getting 2 hits with no runs scored off of that, and they left 2 men aboard. And due up here for the Milton Wildcats in the bottom of the frame here in the first inning will be the pitcher Owen McHugh. He'll be followed by Jimmy Fallon, the shortstop, and then Scott Longo, the center fielder, will be in the hole for the Wildcats here in the first inning. I'll tell you what, Jackson, Scott Longo was very impressive in the last outing. An impressive 9-3 win against the Norwood Mustangs out of the Tri-Valley League. They sent to the mound a guy that was pretty impressive in his own right, Jack Cropper, a guy who was considered a major league prospect who touched 97 miles an hour with his fastball. So he had very, very strong velocity. There was some concern, I guess, going into the game that Milton was going to have a tough time generating runs. Well, let me tell you, Nope, it wasn't. I mean, they jumped all over him right away. They got 3 runs in the first inning, another run in the fourth, and then they erupted for 3 more later. I thought that Scott Longo outdueled Jack Cropper because, you know, he had 9 strikeouts, 2 walks, and never allowed a base runner to get past second or even reach second. And in fact, Jackson, he was 1 off balance throw to first base from getting a no-hitter. He allowed only 1 hit in that game. So
On
very
mound
impressive
for
performance by
Plymouth
Mr.
North
Longo.
is D.C. Brown, number 42.
D.C. Brown is another impressive pitcher, left-hander here, and you know, he's done some pretty good things this year. A 6-2 record for the Eagles, and so he's their staff ace, and so he's a guy that I think has some. He's a potential prospect, obviously college. I'm not sure about his professional prospects, but the kid Cropper did have some area scouts from some major league teams here watching him.
Are you sure of what teams those?
The New York Mets were here.
New York Mets.
Yeah, so I saw a couple of those guys. I know a couple of them, so.
Q stepping up to the plate, gonna look to get something going early for Milton. McHugh looks to strike 1.
Strike 1.
That was a nice pitch by Brown. And that's a high fly ball out into right.
Yeah,
and they will make the catch.
So McHugh will go down on the F9.
Sean Peterson will be there to put that one away.
That'll bring up Jimmy Fallon, Jackson. Jimmy with a big towering triple lead off that game last time against the Norwood Mustangs. Let's see if he can do it again.
If Milton can win this game, they're going to go on to play Westfield or Whitman-Hanson. That's strike 1 on Fallon.
Yeah, that'll be in the semifinals and likely a neutral site. Last year, the Wildcats went to the Brockton Rock Stadium in Brockton.
That's a high fly ball again into right. McHugh makes a terrific catch. What a jump.
Wow.
And he is a magnet.
Sean Peterson, that's a leaping grab. So he came charging on that first one and then went leaping for it. And let me tell you, 2 great fielding plays for D.C. Brown by his right fielder.
So Longo gonna look to keep his team alive here. Looks to strike 1. Westfield and Whitman-Hanson are currently playing. They started at 1 o'clock. Count is 1-1 on Scotland.
Yeah, we got started here a little bit early, and I think due to start at 1, and it's 12:30 now.
It is 1.
It is 1? Okay, then I'm done. My watch is slow. You're right. I need to get a new watch battery, Jackson.
And now Scott Longo gonna look to make something happen.
Count is what, 2-1?
I believe so. High fly foul ball. That one will drop pretty close to our tent. And now the count is
2-2.
2-2. Is full at 3-2. That'll be a foul ball. Count is still full at 3-2.
Yeah, I bumped into Scott Longo before the game, and there he's going to draw a walk on that one. Nope. No, that's 3-2.
Oh.
Yeah, I talked to him before the game just briefly, and I walked up and I said, hey, congratulations. You know, I thought you out-dueled Jack Cropper, and he was like, thank you very much for that. He's a very nice young guy. But going to be a – there it is.
And that's a ground ball over to first, stopped by the first baseman, and he will beat it out. The first
So
baseman will be Longo.
That'll be a ground out there. Connor McKenzie, actually Josh Bates, the first baseman, handling that on the 3 unassisted putout. So the Wildcats, with no runs, no hits, no errors, and no men left on base. And the Eagles now will go to the second inning, and due up for the Eagles, the second baseman, Killian Murphy. He'll be followed by the left fielder, Cody Quinn, and with the shortstop, Matt Nardone, number 28, in the hole. All right, we are back here for the start of the second inning in this Division II quarterfinal between the top-seeded Milton Wildcats and the visiting North Plymouth Eagles. All right, Killian Murphy will step to the plate. Jackson.
And now McHugh with the pitch. That'll be foul ball, strike one on Killian Murphy.
Healthy cut by the second baseman.
That'll be strike two, and now McHugh, the pitcher, is ahead in the count, 0-2. That'll be high ball one. Now the count is 1-2. Milton has allowed 5 runs, while Plymouth North has allowed 1 in these playoffs.
That'll be a swing and a miss for a strikeout. That'll be Owen McHugh's third here in the game. Scott Longo had 9 in the game against the Norwood Mustangs. Kind of handcuffed him there, you know. Owen kind of getting into his stride here. Now Cody Quinn will be the batter. Just misses for a ball.
Quinn is the left fielder for Plymouth North. Ground ball over to first. Beckett bobbles it, but still makes the play, and there will be 2 outs in the top of the second.
Nice play by KJ Beckett.
And now to the plate is Matt Narpone, the shortstop.
KJ doing a nice job of keeping that ball in front of him, preventing that ball from squirting past down the line. Now it's 2 outs.
That'll be a high fly ball, and
that's gonna be
will
foul.
land foul out of play.
So Matt Nardone, the shortstop at the plate. On deck is the center fielder, Logan Z. Motel, for the Eagles.
That'll be another foul. And now the count is 0-2.
You can tell that they're struggling to keep up with Owen McHugh's velocity, so I think he's kind of ratcheting up the fastball here.
And that'll be strike
Nice.
3. 1, 2, 3.
Brilliantly done.
2 strikeouts, 1 ground out.
That's Owen McHugh's 4th strikeout of the game, and so the Plymouth North Eagles, no runs, no hits, no errors, no men on base for Owen McHugh, who is now retired 4 in a row. Going back to the end of the first inning on the strikeouts, he struck out 3 of his last 4 that he's faced, so he's rolling now, Jackson. I think he's rolling, and now let's see if they can generate some production for him. The Wildcats will be sending Jack Finnegan, the catcher, number 6, to lead off. He'll be followed by number 16, KJ Beckett, the first baseman, and the DH, Max Dunn, number 20, will be in the hole for the Wildcats.
In the first game, Max Dunn hit a nice RBI single that I believe scored 2 runs.
Yeah.
He'll look to do that again.
And then KJ Beckett had a big knock to kind of break a 2-2 tie with RBI double in that game. So
that was the turning point for that game.
It was. It really was. I thought so. But for me, last game, I thought that the real turning point was when Owen McHugh got up and made contact against Jack Cropper.
The
first at bat, he made contact, hard contact. And to me, that was indicative of the fact that, okay, these guys can get to this guy. They can hit him, you know. And lo and behold, the next batter to get up was Jimmy Fallon, and he hits that big triple.
We may see Jack Finnegan, even though there's no one on base, lay down a bunt towards the third baseline.
Oh, that'd be a great call if they throw down a bunt here to get him on.
Whenever you can get him on base, you will.
Yeah.
He's a threat to the whole team on the base paths.
Well, in football, he was dangerous on the perimeter, and in baseball, he'll be dangerous on the base paths.
The ball high, didn't see any signs of bunting whatsoever.
1-0 the count to Jack Finnegan now.
Brown with the pitch. That'll be strike one. Now the count is 1-1.
Looks like DC Brown caught the corner there of the strike zone.
Plymouth North has beaten two teams in these playoffs along with Milton. They beat Billerica and Holliston. And that's a high fly ball out into right center. Right fielder's under it, and that will be his third out of the day.
John Peterson, reliable outfielder, making two great grabs for the first two outs, charging a Owen McHugh screamer to right, and then making a great leaping grab of a Jimmy Fallon, robbing him of extra bases. So
and now up to the plate is KJ Beckett, the first baseman. Beckett does not go. That will be a ball in the dirt. Now the count is 1-0.
well, I would imagine that the Wildcats do not want to go oppo here against these guys with Mr. Peterson roaming right field.
No, they are looking to pull it
Yeah.
in any way they can. That'll be high, ball
Oh.
two, and now the count is 2-0.
Wow. I thought he was going to pull a Frank Drebin on us.
It'll be a ground ball over to the pitcher, and that will be the third out of the inning. Oh, my mistake. Second out.
Second out. That's a 1-3, and that'll bring up Max Dunn, the DH, number 20. So DC Brown rolling right along. That's 5 consecutive batters he's retired in a row.
And now Milton. Unless they want to go 1-2-3 in the first and second inning, Max Dunn will need to do something for him. The pitch. Dunn check swings and does go, and that will be strike one. Count is 0-1.
Notice the interesting thing about his delivery, Jackson. He likes to pad the ball in his glove just before he throws it. Look at this. You see that?
Oh, yeah. 1-1.
Outside.
I wonder if that slows him down.
It's like a quarterback patting the ball before he throws it, you know. But,
Wonder if he plays football.
yeah, I'm sure he does, yeah. Check swing.
And he does
Save.
not go.
So they that'll be 2-1 now, the count. Great turnout here, Jackson. A beautiful day.
Yeah, we
You know?
got some fans in left field, too.
Oh, yeah.
Don't see that very often. And that'll be strike two. Now the count is back at even, 2-2.
He went with the fastball on that one, and he found his mark.
Ball
Ooh.
outside. Now the count is 3-2. The Norwood bench did not like that call. I saw coaches hopping around. Ball
Max
high,
Dunn,
and
there we
now
go.
Max Dunn will get on base.
All right, the Wildcats in business here, Jackson. Max Dunn on base with base on balls. That's
And now coming up to the plate will be Sean McDougal, the second baseman for this Milton team. That'll be a low, strike one, and then the count is 0-1 on McDougal.
is a lefty on lefty matchup here. Let's see if Brown can capitalize. All
That'll
right.
be a ball, maybe a little outside, and now the count is 1-1.
You know,
Brown
for-
keeps checking his runner. I don't think he did the pat last time. Maybe he doesn't do the pat with the runners on base.
No. But for
He's safe. And
so that could be a
Norwoodson
tendency, Jackson. I mean, that could be a tendency. Something to maybe kind of keep an eye on. But I was saying that it looked like his slider seems to run across the plate, and it's trying to induce a swing and a miss.
And that will be a nice pitch to get McDougal swinging. Now he's down in the count 0-2.
It goes to the fastball that time. That seems to be his pitch.
Looks at the runner, looks at him again, looks at him again. And he does not do the pat, and that'll be a ground ball over to first. First baseman will field it, and that'll be the third out of the inning. Milton does not go 1-2-3 this inning, but they only get 4 batters.
So the Milton Wildcats, with no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 man left on base after Max Dunn drew a walk here, a 2-out walk. But he winds up getting stranded. Sean McDougal's ground out to first base. And the score remains tied 0-0. We're in a scoreless stalemate as we go now to the top of the third with the Plymouth North Eagles sending Logan Z. Motel, the center fielder, to the plate to lead it off. Sean Peterson, the unbelievably talented right fielder, number 7, will be on deck, and the catcher, Mark McKay, number 44, in the hole for Plymouth North.
Z Motel gonna try and get on base to bring up the top of the order with no outs.
As you mentioned, this is the quarterfinals of the Division II playoffs, and the Wildcats again hosting. This will be theoretically their last home game of the year, because if they were to win, they would go on to the next round, which would be the semifinals, and those would be played at a neutral site against an opponent to be determined between Westfield and Whitman-Hanson. So a lot of people turning out here to watch possibly this last home game here for the Wildcats.
And that's a ground ball, but that will be foul. That one was down the third baseline. Now the count is 0-1. Top of the third here. Score is tied 0-0. Strike 2.
Big swing and miss there. Owen was able to induce.
That'll be strike 3.
Ooh. Strikeout looking. That's his 5th strikeout. And that's his 5th consecutive batter retired. So now the top of the order comes to the plate, and Sean Peterson.
The right field magnet. And that'll be strike 1. Got swinging on a little bit of a high one. If he didn't swing, that probably would have been a ball.
Well, that tells me that's a weakness for him. He likes the elevated fastballs.
That'll be a ground ball over to second. McDougal fields it, gets it over to KJ Beckett, and that'll be the second out of the inning.
McDougal cleanly fielding that for the 4-3 put out. And that'll bring up Mark McKay, the catcher, with 2 outs here and no one aboard, and scoreless stalemate here.
Cue with the pitch. Low ball.
1-0.
It's a high foul ball into
Fouled it off behind the backstop there.
territory.
Yeah.
That'll be strike 2, and now McHugh is ahead in the count, 1-2. Strike 3, and that will be a 1-2-3 inning. Milton's first, I believe.
Owen McHugh's sixth strikeout was positively gas. That was a gaseous element there. So he retires the side, 2 strikeouts, and he's retired now 7 consecutive batters over 3 innings. So the Wildcats, the Wildcats now will go to the plate, hoping to create some more positive production for Owen McHugh, and they will send Reed Dexter, the right fielder, to the plate to lead things off. He'll be followed by the left fielder, number 5, Harrison Hinkle, and then we go to the top of the order. Owen McHugh, our pitcher, will be batting in the hole here as the Wildcats come to the plate here in the bottom of the third.
And now coming up to the plate for Milton High Wildcats is Reed Dexter. Number 3, the right fielder. He's not gotten as many plays as Sean Peterson.
You know, I was just thinking the same thing, Jackson, and to me that tells me that, you know, the reason he's not seen is because they're not hitting him the way D.C. Brown was getting hit.
And that's a hit by pitch on the first pitch.
Oh, he
Dexter
took one for the team on that one.
not phased at all.
Reed Dexter drawing a base on to being a hit by pitch.
And now to the plate is Harrison Hinkle, number 5, and is left field for the Wildcats.
Well, D.C. Brown does not have the same command, I don't think, as Owen McHugh here. There's a walk and a hit batsman. Owen McHugh with 6 strikeouts, only 1 walk.
McHugh is on deck right now, and that will be a bunt down the first baseline. He will be out at first, but that will be a sac bunt and get Reed Dexter over to second. Now to the plate is Owen McHugh. Pitcher versus pitcher here.
So that was great strategy by Coach Brendan Morrissey to utilize that right there to advance the runner with 1 out here. Now Reed Dexter at second, and Jimmy Fallon at the plate for Milton Wildcats.
And now McHugh for his second at-bat of the day. It's low, ball 1. Dexter has taken a nice big lead.
Oh, that was Harrison Hinkle. I'm sorry. That was Harrison Hinkle with the bunt, right?
Yes, it was.
I missed that. Okay, yeah, McHugh, thank you. Good thing I have a score sheet here to keep track of my shenanigans.
That'll be high, ball 2, and now the count is 2-0.
As I mentioned, now you got, you know, the top of the order here with the men on, 1 out. So a great situation here for the Wildcats.
That'll be low, ball 3. And now I am going to imagine McHugh will not swing at this pitch unless it is perfect.
But I'd give him the green light if it's anywhere over the plate.
If it's anywhere that he likes, he'll probably go. But if it's outside in the strike, so that'll be strike 1.
He was taking all the way, yeah. I think he was taking all the way.
That'll be ball 4. And now runners on first and second. Now there will be a force out at third as Jimmy Fallon comes up to the plate.
That's the second walk here of the game for Mr. Brown.
And there is a pinch runner coming in for Reed Dexter. Let's see who it is. And he doesn't want to show us his number.
Yeah. Number 7.
Number 7, that will be...
Liam McLaughlin? Is that Liam McLaughlin?
That is Jack Sullivan.
Jack Sullivan. Liam McLaughlin is number 7 in football.
Liam McLaughlin is number 11 for Milton. And I wonder if that will take Dexter fully out of the game.
No, not for a pinch runner. I don't think.
That's ball in the dirt, and now the runners will advance. And oh my gosh, Jack Sullivan. He is fast. Now I see why they put him as a pinch runner.
Absolutely. Jack Sullivan wasting no time on that wild pitch, getting over to the third, scampering there. And then, of course, you have Owen McHugh now standing at second base. So men in scoring position for the Wildcats, with the count to Jimmy Fallon being 1-0.
And now the count for Fallon, 1-0. It's a ball in the dirt. Sullivan is taking a ginormous lead.
I think the Wildcats are trying to set up for a little bit of hit and run action here. Brendan Morrissey hoping that Jimmy Fallon will put it into play.
And that will be strike 1. Now the count is 2-1.
Brown getting it over for an off-speed pitch.
And now if Fallon flies out, he should be able to get Sullivan home. And yes, that'll do it. That's going to be into right field. The runner will tag. And that's going to get a run in. Milton is now up 1-0 with Jimmy Fallon with the sac fly.
So Jimmy Fallon with a RBI sac fly on that to put Milton aboard. Owen McHugh going to third, advancing on that. And so
now to the plate is Scott Longo, the center fielder.
And Reed Dexter, actually, it was the pinch runner.
Reed Dexter was the...
Right, that would be Jack Sullivan who scored that run here for the Wildcats. So great sac fly. Only good things could have come out of that, you know, by putting the ball into play. And they did. Milton on top, 1-0.
And that's a ground ball over to short, and that will get the third out of the inning. Milton gets 1, and now they are up 1-0 going into the top of the 4th.
So the Wildcats generating a run, manufacturing a run on that with 2 walks in that one. No hits, really, to speak of. And a couple of nice sacrifice, a bunt by Harrison Hinkle that moved the runners aboard, and then a couple of walks. 1 hit batsman, Reed Dexter, getting hit by a pit. And then, of course, Jimmy Fallon with the sacrifice fly to 9 that scored pinch runner Jack Sullivan with Milton's first run of the day. So only 1 left aboard, no errors. So the Wildcats now on top, 1-0. And Plymouth North Eagles now will come to the plate trailing 1-0, and they will send the third baseman, Connor McKenzie, to be their leadoff hitter. George Slauson, the DH, will be on deck, and the first baseman, Josh Bates, will be in the hole. And Owen McHugh, Jackson, is just dealing right now. He's retired 7 consecutive batters, 6 strikeouts, and only allowed 2 hits, both of them coming on the first inning. And ever since that point, he's been pretty spot on. But how'd you like the way they manufactured that run?
I think it was a pretty pretty solid inning. Jimmy Fallon hit one into right field, exactly what he needed to do. And then Jack Sullivan came home.
Yep. It was a great thing.
Dexter got on the first pitch he saw because he got hit, and then Sullivan substituted for him once Dexter got to second.
Yeah.
McHugh got walked. I wish McHugh could have made it home.
Well, the Wildcats are showing they're capable of playing, big ball or small ball, and manufacturing that run. Definitely going small ball a little bit.
Now in the top of the fourth.
Connor McKenzie, your batter.
And that'll be strike one. McKenzie does not seem to like that call. And now the count is 1-1. And that'll be strike two. And he was not even close to that ball. That shows how well McHugh is doing for this game.
Good velocity for the big right-hander there.
And
strike
he will
three.
go down looking.
Owen McHugh's dealing. He's got 7 strikeouts now. He's retired 8 consecutive batters.
Now up to the plate is the cleanup hitter, George Slauson. And that'll be a nice hit over to first, and Beckett cannot make the play. I will go over to Reed Dexter, down in right.
Slauson stinging a first pitch single off of Owen McHugh that got eluded first baseman KJ Beckett.
And that'll be a pinch runner.
Number 26. We don't have a roster for them.
So number 26 will be the pinch runner. Up to the plate now is Josh Bates, number 10, the first baseman.
He's got a nice healthy lead there.
And that will be strike one. Semi-check swings, but it was a strike anyway. McHugh throws, and almost got him. He was pretty far off the bag.
Yeah, he's the guy who's gained. Well,
and it looks like he takes an even bigger lead.
He's got a healthy lead there, and he's testing him.
And he's safe.
Wow.
Ooh.
Very close.
That was
very close.
A close call. I think he's probably now going to take 2 more steps bigger than his previous lead.
He's got Owen McHugh's attention now.
That'll be a foul ball, probably trying to get into McHugh's head.
0-2 to Josh Bates right now.
And now, if he takes this big of a lead again, I think McHugh might throw.
I think he might go. Yeah.
And
check swing.
That will be a check swing. And he's safe. Throw a little high, and he was already in there. Runner in scoring position now as Bates gets retired. Yes, he does. And now to the plate is Killian Murphy, number 4, the second baseman. Throws over to second, and he gets him! McHugh picks him off at second. And that will be the 3rd out of the inning, and the pinch runner on second does not believe it.
Was that a 1-6 pickoff? Was that
yes.
a pickup? Nice. Very nice. So Owen McHugh with his 7th strikeout of the game.
He's
actually
on
the
fire.
8th. He's got 8 strikeouts now and 1 putout. So he redeems himself after giving up a hit to the DH, George Slauson, and keeps the Plymouth North Eagles off the board after they get 1 hit and put 1 man aboard, but he gets erased on the pickoff. So I think Owen McHugh took a personal affront to the fact that guy got past him and got to second base And he says, that's as far as you're going, guy, you know.
I don't think he liked the way he was leading because he sees him on first taking a huge lead.
Oh, yeah,
and he
yeah.
would probably think, why would he stop on second?
Well, he definitely got his attention, you know. Definitely got his attention because he kept coming at him, and that almost emboldened the base runner to try and, you know, take the bag, and he wound up doing that anyways. But
I think
at
that
least,
base runner should have cut down on his lead instead of made it
yeah,
bigger.
well, but the thing is that Owen McHugh got a strikeout out of that, so he got an out, and that's his 8th of the game. So one more, and he will have equaled the number of strikeouts that Scott Longo had in the game against Norwood. But
Wow.
it's
And we are
a
only in
very
the
impressive
bottom of the
performance
fourth.
by him as well, you know. He retired 8 consecutive batters before Slauson got that single off of him. But
Looks
here it is.
like Jack Finnegan is up to the plate for Milton, the catcher.
The catcher, Jack Finnegan, will lead it off. He'll be followed by K.J. Beckett, the first baseman, and DH Max Dunn will be in the hole.
Brown. Let's see if he does the pat. And he does. And that'll be a high foul ball out of play.
Fouled it over the right field line.
And now the count is 0-1 for Jack Finnegan. And that'll be a high fly ball in foul territory at first baseman.
Oh, nice catch.
Makes the play. Finnegan probably really hoping it just slipped out of his glove there, but now up to the plate will be K.J. Beckett, number 16, the first baseman.
So pop foul by the first baseman, making a great catch there. And K.J. Beckett now, the first baseman, at the plate for the Wildcats.
And that's a low strike on Beckett. Now the count is 0-1. Plymouth has 12 runs scored in these playoffs, while Milton has 13. That'll be a ground ball over to short. Shortstop will make the play, and that one was really close.
Yeah, it looked like he had hit it deep enough in the hole to get there, and the throw was a little bit off, it seemed like. But they were just able to get it there in time for the putout, 6-3. That'll bring up Max Dunn, Jackson, the DH. He walked last time up, so he was the first man to reach base against D.C. Brown. Let's see if he can do it again.
He's probably going to look to get a hit instead of a walk this time, as his team needs something going for this inning. And he looks at strike one. Now the count is 0-1.
I noticed he patted the ball again.
I believe he doesn't do it with the base runners because he thinks once he pats, they're going to run.
See that?
And that'll be strike two. Look, the 2 straight strikes.
Well, the tendency I'm noticing is that he pats it when he goes to the breaking pitch.
Ball high.
3 consecutive times he's patted it, and he's gone to the breaking pitch. So that makes it 1-2, right?
Done. That's a ball low. Now the count is back at even, 2-2.
4 consecutive times, Jackson, he's reared back and patted the ball, and 4 consecutive times he's thrown breaking pitches. And the count 2-2.
And he will check, swing, / bunt, and he will be safe. Whoa! No, safe.
Done. Unbelievable.
The ump called him out, but then he realized the ball was out of his glove.
So Max Dunn reaching in the most, I guess, un-DH-like ways on a walk, and then like a check swing dribbler down the third base line and outrunning the throw. So congratulations to him on that one. On an infield single, we'll call it.
And now coming up to the play. Oh, the Milton coach, Mr. Morrissey, will call a time. It appears Max Dunn will get a pinch runner. I think that's number
12, Taryn Bly will be running.
12 is not Taryn Bly. 12 is Owen McHugh, but that is not Owen
No, no,
McHugh.
no. That is not 12. That's number 2, Taryn Bly.
That's number 2.
Taryn
no,
Bly.
That's Sabatino Finocchio. Huh. Well, that's weird.
Number 2 right here. Taryn Bly. So Taryn Bly will be the pinch runner here for Max Dunn, who did a great job reaching base there on that little infield dribbler. So Bly coming in here in the 4th inning. That's 1-0.
And now Bly will go.
And he
He's
will be
out.
caught
Oh,
stealing.
should've tried to get into more of a
1-3-6, and he looks like he may have been a little shaken up on the play. So
Don't know how
Bly
the Milton
gets.
bench is going to feel about that one.
Yeah, Bly erased on that 1-6-3, or excuse me, 1-3-6.
And it is raining.
Good job, Sean Doyle. So we're under the tent here. Nice. 1-0. 1-0. We're live right now, sir. 1-0. Milton.
I thought that it wasn't going to rain.
We are in the 4th inning, the bottom. Actually, we're going to the 5th. And we're going to the top of the 5th inning here with Killian Murphy coming to the plate for the Plymouth North Eagles, and he'll be followed by Cody Quinn, the center fielder, or the left fielder, I should say, and Matt Nardone, the shortstop, will be batting in the hole for the Plymouth North Eagles. So we got a little bit of a steady rain coming down. Nothing, I don't think, that will disrupt play, but it could, again, like it did in that game against North Quincy, could, create some kind of variables here out there with footing and fielding and whatnot.
And McHugh, oh, that ball just slipped out of Finnegan's glove and hit the dirt. That might not be good. Oh, McHugh.
Oh, it is McHugh. He plays shortstop too, right? Okay, thanks, guys.
Yeah. All righty, we're back here with Jackson Lang and Michael Vega for this Division II playoff.
And that's a high foul ball out of play.
So that'll be 0-1 to Killian Murphy, the
and,
second baseman.
The rain was just a lot heavier than it is now, and now it seems to be a sun shower.
Yeah.
That'll be a low ball.
That'll be 1-1 the count now to Mr. Murphy.
Top of the 5th here. Milton up 1-0. That'll be, ooh.
Just missed on that.
Just missed the corner. And now the count is
2-1.
2-1.
3-1.
And now the count is 3-1 here
First
as the
time,
rain is intensifying.
I think first time he's really been behind in the count here.
That's a foul ball. Now the count is full at 3-2.
McHugh really battling, refusing to give in here after falling behind in the count.
We'll see if this rain affects how McHugh plays. And that'll be a high foul ball down the right field line. That
out of
one
play.
Comes out of play.
So the count will remain 3-2.
And that'll be a line drive over to center. Sean McHugh is right there to make the play. And now there is 1 out. Coming up to the plate is number 11, Cody Quinn.
Sean McDougall with a great play there for his pitcher, Owen McHugh. Getting him out of that one, kind of bailing him out there, Jackson.
That'll be strike 1. Now the count is 0-1 on the left fielder.
Owen McHugh pounding the zone there with a little off-speed pitch.
It'll be low ball. Now the count is even 1-1.
just missing with the fastball.
McHugh's thrown quite a few more balls than he has in past at-bats this time. Maybe it's because of the rain. That's a foul ball into the trees.
Well, I think it's maybe a function of the fact that first inning drew him out a little bit. You know, they got 2 base runners who reached, but he never was behind the count like he was in the previous at-bat.
No, never.
The
been
previous
3-1.
batter. Yeah, he's been on top of most of the hitters, and that
And
looks to be a
that will
strike.
be
Wow.
strike 3. 2 outs now, and is that his ninth?
9th strikeout of the game.
And now he needs one more to get double.
That was like a Frank Drebin strikeout, you know, from, you know what I'm talking about? Frank Drebin strikeout. Yeah, that's a cultural reference no one gets here.
And that'll be a high fly ball. That is out of play.
That's 0-1. Unbelievable. Am I dating myself here? You've never seen that movie? No? Police Squad? No? Okay.
Yeah, no.
Police Academy? No, not that one.
That'll be a strike,
Police Squad,
and now the count is 0-2.
1-2.
McHugh looking to get double-digit strikeouts here with the pitch. Ball in the dirt, and that might not be good.
I feel like that scene in Home Alone where John Candy, Gus Zielinski, the Polka King? No? You never heard of me?
Oh,
That looks to be a
that'll
strike.
Be, oh, what the
oh.
hey? That was
one
an
and two.
interesting
1 and 2 the
call.
count here. 2 and 2. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That looked to be a strike. Come on.
That'll be strike 3,
Big
and now
swing and
McHugh
a
has
miss.
10 strikeouts on the day.
10 strikeouts. Owen McHugh on top. He may very well make this 1-0 lead stand up, Jackson Lang, as the Wildcats now look to extend it here going into the bottom of the frame. And they will send Sean McDougall, the second baseman, to lead it off for the Wildcats. Reed Dexter will be batting on deck. And then Harrison Hinkle, the left fielder, will be in the hole. 10 strikeouts there for Owen
That's
McHugh.
crazy. You said Longo only had 8 in the whole game?
9. He had 9, so he's already exceeded him. So the 2 pitchers, their last 2 games have struck out a combined 19.
And we're only in the bottom of the
And
fifth.
actually, so far, I want to say 4 combined hits. 3 by Owen and 1 by Scott Longo.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If one of these batters can get on, that should bring up at least McHugh for the top of the order, but they may turn 2.
Well, recapping here, how the Wildcats got it done. It was back in the 3rd inning here where Reed Dexter was the leadoff batter, got hit by pitch and reached base. And then he was substituted by pinch runner Jack Sullivan, who went to second base on a sacrifice bunt by Harrison Hinkle. And then Owen McHugh came up and drew a walk to put 2 men aboard at first and second. And then Jimmy Fallon wound up, actually a wild pitch advanced both guys to second and third. And then Jimmy Fallon with 1 out, 2 men aboard, hit a deep fly to right field for the sacrifice fly that scored Sullivan from third and advanced Owen McHugh to third, where he wound up being stranded after Scott Longo grounded out to short. But still, the Wildcats taking a 1-0 lead here in the 3rd and now looking to extend it in the 5th inning.
And now McDougall up to the plate here. Does the pat, and that ball is in the dirt. And now the count is 1-0 here for Sean McDougall. We are in the bottom of the 5th. Milton leads by 1, hoping to extend that lead. Foul ball. And now the count is even, 1-1.
1-1 the count?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Here comes the breaking pitch.
And
Yep.
that's a ground ball. Gets over to second. And that will be an out. Quite a few ground outs for this Milton team today.
Well, that's DC Brown kind of inducing a lot of ground ball action with that little breaking pitch, and I'm noticing again it's a little tell he does. He like pounds the mitt, with it before he throws it. So I'm not sure that the Wildcats are picking up on that, or at least maybe their first base coach has seen that. He's got to see the same thing I am.
That is strike one. That one didn't look like a breaking pitch to me, but he's still padded.
No, that had a little bit of more velocity on it.
That one was a breaking pitch high.
1-1 the count here to Reed Dexter, again, who reached on a hit after being hit by a pitch by D.C. Brown back in the third inning.
That'll be...
He just misses on that one.
Ball.
2-1.
2-1. That one looked like it was a pretty good pitch. Maybe it was a little outside.
Yeah. Ooh, that seemed to have caught the corner.
And now the count is
2-2.
2-2 even. This is a big game for Milton. This honestly could be a very helpful moment if Dexter can get on base. A ball 3-2. Now Dexter really working the count here.
Good at bat for Dexter to work the count full here against D.C. Brown, the left-handed starting pitcher for Plymouth North. Oh,
and that one's a low strike 3.
Well, that's his first strikeout of the game, believe it or not.
Really?
Here, yep. Two outs here now in the fifth inning.
Start getting quite a few if he wants to catch up to McHugh.
So two outs here in the fifth, and Harrison Hinkle at the bat, Jackson.
That's high, ball 1. Now the count is 1-0. Hinkle got out on a sac bunt last inning, which advanced Reed Dexter to second. Then Dexter got taken out for a pinch runner, Jack Sullivan.
See 1-0.
2-0. And now that'll be 3-0. And I am assuming he will not swing unless the pitch is right in his wheelhouse.
Well, you got to figure that D.C. Brown's got to make a strike here, so he's got to come with the good stuff. Oh,
that's
low and away.
Low in the dirt.
Another walk issued by D.C. Brown. That's his third of the game. So one hit. He's got a one-hitter going, one strikeout, one hit batsman, and 3 walks so far. Let's see if the Wildcats now with 2 away here in the 5th inning can manufacture a run as Owen McHugh steps in for the Wildcats.
Back to the top of the order. That'll be right down Broadway. Strike 1.
Harrison Hinkle getting a nice healthy lead there, Jackson.
High ball. Now the count is back at even 1-1.
1-1 the count.
Ball in the dirt. Henko will get back to the bag as the catcher throws it, but nothing really happened.
Mark McKay, the Plymouth North catcher, trying to test Harrison Hinkle, but that was to no avail there.
And I think Brown might throw. Nope.
3-1
High.
count.
Now the count is 3-1.
D.C. Brown scuffling here now after having walked Hinkle.
That's a strike. Now the count is full at 3-2.
But
2 outs. I believe Harrison Hinkle is going on this pitch. He will run once the pitcher.
Well, you got to be careful here.
Foul ball. And Hinkle's gonna do the same thing he did last pitch, just take off. He will be doing that because if it is a fair ball, there are 2 outs and you have to run. If it's a walk, he gets there. He gets over to second already, and that's a nice hit over to short. Will make the play at first.
Deep drive there into the hole. Owen McHugh gets put out 6-3, and so the Wildcats will be left without a run in the 5th inning, but still on top 1-0, having left 1 man aboard after Harrison Hinkle drew a 2-out walk, and Owen McHugh with the ground out there to leave the Wildcats still on top 1-0 here. And now we go to the 6th inning.
We're in the
Plymouth North down to their last 6 outs here and needing to do something against Owen McHugh, who seems to be getting stronger and stronger. 10 strikeouts for Owen McHugh,
Probably
3 hits, no runs,
16 for this
no
whole
walks.
game. I mean, they play 7 innings.
7 innings, so
if he
Logan Zemotel will be the leadoff hitter for Plymouth North. He's the center fielder. He'll be followed by the right fielder, Sean Peterson, who will be on deck, and in the hole will be the catcher, Mark McKay. Yeah, strong performances by the pitchers here in the last 2 games for the Wildcats. Combined 19 strikeouts so far. You know, it's and then combined 4 hits in the last 2 games.
And that will be a great practice throwdown by Jack Finnegan. Oh, and that's a high fly ball out into left
Hinkle
center,
is
left
back
fielder.
there.
And that will be the first out. That was an absolute rocket.
Yes, Logan Zemotel drove it deep to left field, but Harrison Hinkle settling underneath for the out.
It's going to bring up Sean Peterson, number 7, and plays right field for this game.
That'll be in for a ball.
That'll be strike 1. Count is 1-1.
McHugh pounding the zone with that fastball.
Gonna look to get a few more strikeouts this game, and that will be a ground ball over to third. O'Sullivan bobbles it, throw to first, and that's off.
Pierce O'Sullivan had it, and then just threw a little off track, so that's probably going to go down as a
E5.
E5.
And now up to the plate is Mark McKay, number 44, playing catcher. And that's a pinch runner for Sean Peterson, number 7. Nope. Oh, number 14. Peterson was pinch hit for. Peterson was not the hitter. It was a different batter. Peterson is now on the base paths.
Okay. That's interesting.
Sorry for the confusion.
Yeah.
And now the rain coming back.
So Peterson is on base at first after his pinch hitter reached on a E5. And Mark McKay,
what's
the
going
catcher,
on here?
is, let's see, is that the catcher? I think we're having another switch here. So could this be the end of Mr. Brown, I'm wondering. Let me check to see if I can get a number for you. It might not make a difference because we don't have the roster, but.
That is still number 44, Mark McKay.
That is McKay.
The coach is talking to the umpire for reasons unknown to us. And now the conversation is over and we can finally get back to play.
Okay, McKay is at the plate. There's no pinch hitter. So Dan Follette kind of explaining himself at maybe that last move.
Not too big of a lead here for Sean Peterson. So McHugh will not throw. He does not. That is strike one. And now the count is 0-1.
Could be a little gamesmanship, too, on the coach's part to kind of get McHugh off his rhythm, you know, but did nothing of the sort.
It'll be a ground ball over to second. Will they turn to?
Save.
No! Oh, what a shame. Just made it in there, but they will get the lead runner. And now there are 2 outs as Connor McKenzie, number 8, in the field and is playing third base.
Third base. The third baseman, McKenzie, now coming to the plate after McKay reaches on a fielder's choice. Now we got 2 outs here after the force out at second on Sean Peterson, who had reached there. So now we have a pinch runner for McKay.
I think steps off.
Number 24 is a pinch runner here for McKay.
Low ball.
So Plymouth North now down to their last 4 outs here, Jackson.
High fly ball towards our tent.
That's going to be a high fly here. And that'll be 1-1 the count.
Yep.
1-1.
McHugh with the pitch. That'll be high ball 2. Now the count is 2-1.
The pinch runner now will probably get a big healthy lead, trying to maybe draw a throw here.
And that's a high fly ball out
Reed
to
Dexter.
right. Dexter under it.
And he
Makes
gets
the
it for
grab,
the out.
and that'll be the 3rd out of the inning.
So Reed Dexter settling underneath out there for the out. And now the Wildcats will go to the plate here in the bottom of the frame, hoping to tack on a few insurance runs. And Jimmy Fallon, the shortstop, will be the man to lead it off for the Wildcats. He'll be followed by the center fielder, Scott Longo, and Jack Finnegan, the catcher, will be in the hole.
This is a pretty good spot for Milton to be in the lineup. They're at their 2, 3, 4 hitter.
The meat of the order coming up, Jackson. And, you know, that's, I guess, Coach Brendan Morrissey couldn't ask for a better thing to have the meat of his order coming to the plate when you're trying to generate an all-important run, an insurance run here.
I think they'd probably take, I think 2 would be helpful.
Oh, yeah.
If they get more than 2, that's good, but I think 2 should be your minimum.
Well, no, I wouldn't place a minimum at all. If you can get 3, that'd be good, too.
I mean, like, the lowest you should get, though, is 2. Because you need to have a few runs in it.
Yeah, I wouldn't place any minimum on it, but it's nice to just tack on 1 because then it makes it's kind of a psychological thing on the other team, because now you know you're not getting on base. You're having a tough time getting on base, let alone scoring a run. And if you have to score 2 against this guy, that makes it tough. But I think you're right. At least 1 would. But me being the who I am, I'd like more. Let's tack on 2 or 3. You know, why not? Saying hello to the Watermans here. How you guys doing? Bottom of the 6th. Milton leading 1-0 here in this Division II playoff. And their left-hander, DC Brown, going back to the mound here.
He's been struggling today. He's only let up 1, but he's gave up a few walks, hit by pitch, and I think only 1 hit.
1 hit by pitch, 1 strikeout, 3 walks, and 1 hit going here.
And that is, shouldn't have swung at that one. Jimmy Fallon swings at strike 1.
So Fallon with a swing and a miss.
Low ball. That's pretty much the same pitch location
That was in the dirt.
of the last one.
What a great turnout here, Jackson. I'm seeing a lot of people town folk, you
They're
know,
staying even
lining
with
the
the rain.
lining
They
the
wanna
field
see
here
how
at
this
Cunningham
ends.
Park, and kind of eschewing the rain and not letting it keep them away.
The thing about this game is, it is definitely not over for North Quincy. I mean, for Plymouth North. My mistake.
Is that
Got my
2-1?
Norths messed up.
2-1.
If they can hold Milton to no runs this inning and score 2 in the bottom,
2-2 with the strike. DC Brown dealing here,
count
trying to
is even
keep his
now.
team in it. You know, credit to him because he's kept his team in it.
Ooh, and that
Ooh,
will be
boy.
a questionable call. I thought that was a strike, honestly.
I'll make my cultural reference again, but at the risk of dating myself.
And that'll be a high fly
Oh,
ball,
that's going to be,
shallow
I don't know if he's going to
right.
be able to get to it. Oh,
Oh,
what a play by Mr. Peterson. Unbelievable,
He is the MVP
another
for
diving.
this Plymouth North team. He has made probably 5 or 6.
Unbelievable. Couple of, he charged one, he made a leaping grab, a diving grab. Oh my God.
And now up to the plate will be Scott Longo, the center fielder.
What were we saying? I mean, they got to stay away with their oppo hits,
Yeah,
you
they
know.
gotta start pulling that
Yeah.
ball.
Or getting
He's a
them,
magnet.
on the ground, yeah. All right, Scott Longo.
Strike 1. Looks at it.
Wow.
And that'll be a
That's gonna
high
be
fly
hit.
ball into right center. And the center fielder is there. That was an amazing hit by Scott Longo.
Let me tell you, DC Brown getting some incredible support from his outfielders and defense here.
That did it. Whatever you just did gave
Yeah,
us
whatever
that
you
sound.
just did gave us feedback. You just did something that gave us feedback there. I don't know what you did. You were playing with something there? Yeah, that just gave us a little bit of feedback. We're both
And Finnegan.
okay. Test 1, 2. Test. No. Okay, here it is. 1-0.
That's low. Counting is 2-0 now.
2-0. Yeah, I just heard him. There it is, right there. Whatever. Yep, right there. There it is.
And now Finnegan.
2-0. 2-0. There it is. There it is. You hear me? Good job.
And that's a high foul ball out of play. And now the count will be 2-1.
I think there's something like a connector. Boom, boom. Okay. Well. All right, here it is. 2-0 to Jack Finnegan.
And
Jack
that's
Finnegan
a
gets it on
ground
the
ball
ground.
over to shortstop. Can Finnegan make it? Oh, and he's out. Oh,
Jack
that looks like
Finnegan.
he was safe to me.
Jack was driving for that to make the base safely, and he wound up getting thrown out. 6-3 on that one. That'll bring up now the Plymouth North Eagles down to their last 3 outs. And let's see.
McHugh's
It'll
still
be
on the bump for
McHugh
him.
will go for the complete game.
And now it looks like number 34, George Slauson, the DH will be up after him, Josh Bates, and
Killian
could be
Murphy.
their final batter of the season, Killian Murphy.
Could be.
McHugh probably going to look to get 13 strikeouts. Did he get any last inning?
Owen McHugh has 10 strikeouts on the game.
So if he can strike out all these batters,
Well, if he
will
retires
have
the side on
13.
strikeouts, it'll be 13, yeah. Yeah, it's cut. There it is, right there. Whatever you're doing there. Whatever you're doing there. Yeah. There we go. Okay.
And I think that's Will Hunt probably warming up McHugh. Or that could be Nick Antoni's. Nick A. And
I don't see any activity in the bullpen for the Wildcats. So there it looks like they're going to go
Ooh,
ahead
yep,
and let
they're
Owen
gonna-
McHugh take it home for them.
they're going to get somebody going out there. Looks like number 11's doing something. He might just be like there to shag a ball.
Well, wait a minute. It's Tommy Mitchell. Looks like he's
That's
running
Liam.
out.
That is or that's Liam McLaughlin or Tommy Mitchell. They
Tommy
are both
Mitchell.
number 11.
That's Tommy Mitchell, number 11.
I don't think he's doing anything baseball related.
Well, it looks like he's going to go out there and warm up.
I don't see anyone going to him is my issue. Oh, I think this catcher who is warming up McHugh might go out there to him.
Right.
Let's see. That would be Tommy Mitchell because he is a pitcher, unlike McLaughlin. McLaughlin is an outfielder for Milton.
Right.
And now Finnegan back behind the plate, and were our suspicions correct? No, nobody's out there with Mitchell.
He's waiting on somebody to warm him up. Boy, it just all of a sudden got very chilly here.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And now the first batter, and yes, that catcher who was warming up, McHugh does go out there. I don't think they will need Tommy Mitchell. I think McHugh can do this perfectly fine. Milton is 3 outs away from going to the Final Four here. That is strike one. Count 0-1 now on George Slauson, the DH.
Slauson reaching on a single in his last time up.
And that's a check swing, does not go, ball in the dirt. Now the count is 1-1, back at even.
When Slauson had reached, McHugh had retired 8 consecutive batters to that point.
And that'll be another ball in the dirt. Now the count is 2-1, and McHugh seems a little out of rhythm, maybe. 2 straight balls in the dirt as well.
Right.
That'll be a strike. Now the count is 2-2.
McHugh, he's dealing right now. I don't think he wanted to come out. I don't think there's any way Brendan Morrissey could have pulled him out of this game.
And that'll be a ground ball over to third.
Foul.
Foul. That would have been trouble if it was fair. Could have been extra bases.
Two count to George Slauson and McHugh dealing.
And it's a foul ball.
He's got a piece of it. So Slauson trying to fight it off here. So if the Wildcats were to prevail, they would advance to the semifinals of Division II playoffs here against either number 5.
And it's another foul ball. Staying alive here.
Against either number 5 Whitman Hanson or number 20 Westfield.
They are currently playing Whitman Hanson and Westfield right now. Ground ball over to short. Fallon makes the play over to Beckett, and that will be the first out of the inning. Now, Plymouth North has 2 outs left, possibly in their season.
Nice, smooth, clinical, ground out the third to shortstop. Jimmy Fallon converting it. 6-3 put out on Mr. Slauson. And now
the
Bates.
rain is pouring. I thought that was clapping, it's so loud. And now there is a strike there for McHugh.
That's
and
in the
that's
dirt.
low. Now the count is 1-1. And geesh, it is pouring out here on Cunningham Field. That'll be strike 2. And now McHugh 1 strike away from having Plymouth North with 1 out left. I think everybody on this field, besides the fans of Plymouth North.
No one's left. Everyone's staying in.
It'll be a ball,
the
just missed the
diehards.
corner. And now the count is 2-2.
We got the diehards underneath the tent here with us.
Thank you.
2-2 pitch.
And
Big
he
swing and
swings
a
at the
miss.
high one.
Unbelievable. That's number 11 strikeouts for Owen McHugh
And now
on the
Killian
day.
Murphy, possibly the last batter for Plymouth North of the year,
Let's
comes
see.
up
I
to
think
the
is
plate.
it going to be Killian Murphy?
Yep, that's Killian Murphy.
Killian Murphy will be coming to the plate. Mr. Murphy in his 2 previous at-bats struck out, swinging, and lined out to Sean McDougal.
That's
Oh,
a
the ball got
high
away from him.
ball.
That could be a function of the moisture here.
That one, I don't know where that one went. And now the count is 1-0. And we got some gray clouds above our heads.
I think
As
now it's
McHugh
starting to
delivers his
lighten up here.
pitch. Ooh.
2-0.
2-0 now. McHugh just needs to put a few strikes in there. And that'll be a strike. Now the count is 2-1. McHugh, 2 more strikes here.
McHugh pounding the zone here for a strike. He's not going to let this guy off the hook.
And now McHugh, that'll be a foul
That's
ball.
going to be a foul ball now.
Down the
They're
first
down to the
baseline.
last strike.
Count is 2-2. Imagine we get a 3-2 count, 2 outs.
Tremendous pressure situation on the batter. So McHugh could roll it up there and he might get him to swing at it, you know. All he has to do is be close to the zone. Will he go off speed?
And now McHugh. That's a
That's
high ball over to short. Jimmy Fallon
And that
catches
does it.
And Milton,
Milton
will
on
advance.
its way to the semifinals, Jackson.
They are going to play either Westfield or Whitman Hanson, and now Milton is in the Final Four after the game-winning catch by Jimmy Fallon.
Unbelievable job by the Wildcats with the 1-0 victory here in the Division II quarterfinals. The Wildcats now improving to 20-3 on the season with that win. And another fine pitching performance here on the heels of the great performance by Scott Longo. We had Scott Longo in the previous performance in the 9-3 win over Norwood. Another one here by Owen McHugh, and fittingly, probably his last performance here at Cunningham Park for the Milton Wildcats with 11 strikeouts. Unbelievable.
His
11
field.
strikeouts, no runs, shutout performance, allowing only 3 hits, 2 of which came in the first inning. So he was dominant. DC Brown, meanwhile, takes the loss for the Plymouth North Eagles. You know, he had an equally interesting performance. I mean, 1 hit, 3 walks,
Only
1
one
strikeout, and 1 hit batsman. So, again, the Wildcats manufacturing that run in the 3rd inning, doing all that they could. Brilliantly done by Coach Brendan Morrissey. And you got to tip your hat once again to the Milton Wildcats, who are on their way to the Division II semifinals.
Well, that's all for today. I'm Jackson Lang alongside Michael Vega. See you next time on Milton Access.
All righty, we'll see you then. Go Wildcats. All right, Michael Vega here with the winners of this Division II quarterfinal playoff against the Plymouth North Eagles. The Milton Wildcats, the captains. I'm joined here by Owen McHugh, Jack Finnegan, and Jimmy Fallon, the guys who are integral parts of this win here. 1-0 win against the Plymouth North Eagles, the 8th seed, the number 9 seed, in fact. But the Wildcats, the top seed, coming true to form. Owen McHugh, congratulations. Unbelievable performance on the mound with 12 strikeouts, only 3 hits, 2 of which came in the first inning. Owen, tell me, what was working for you today?
I think I had a pretty good mix today. I think all the pitchers were working fairly well, but I just stuck to the fastball, which is always, been good for me. So
Absolutely. It's usually an out pitch for you, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah. At what point, I mean, first inning with 2 hits, was that a little bit of an eye-opener for you?
No, we knew that was their 2 best hitters, and just work around them and get the next guys out. Trust the defense behind me.
Yeah. And your battery mate here, Jack Finnegan. Finny, once that he got through that inning, he settled down pretty nicely, retired 8 consecutive batters before giving up the next hit, but he strung together some nice strikeouts. What was going good there behind the plate?
Juice just, no one can hit his fastball if he puts it where he wants it, so he was just hitting his spots and dicing them up. They couldn't hit him when he was on.
And Jimmy Fallon, you made that last put out there to seal it with a beautiful, and he made some nice crisp plays there in the outfield, but I still remember the big knock you got in the win against North Quincy, against Norwood with the triple there. It's the little things with this team here, isn't it, that kind of can get it going. Do you feel like you guys are rolling now?
Yeah, definitely. I think the little things played a huge part today.
I mean, the kid threw a no-hitter. No one got a hit, so we knew we just needed to do the little things right and come up big.
Unbelievable, yeah. You got to tip your cap to D.C. Brown, the left-hander there for the Plymouth North Eagles, you know. But I thought the Wildcats, the way you guys handled Jack Cropper from Norwood, a guy who came in with a lot of, you know, big rep. But Scott Longo, I thought outdueled him. What kind of confidence did you draw from that, guys?
Yeah, we know Scott's been a guy the whole year. He's undefeated, so anytime he's on the bump, we know we got a good shot at winning. So got a lot of confidence in the kid. You guys got anything?
Yeah. Well, now you're back to the semifinals. We're waiting to see who it will be between Westfield and Whitman Hanson. But you're going back to a familiar venue. Looks to be Campanelli Stadium in Brockton. What kind of memories do you draw, and how do you draw upon that experience of having won there before?
Yeah, I guess I'll get it to him in a sec, but just remember the first thing, we went up big, and that was electric, so hopefully we can keep that momentum going.
Yeah, you know, after a no-hitter, it's nice to go back to Campanelli where we put up 9 runs in the first inning. Hopefully we can get some of that going again next game.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great environment there. It's a big stadium. A lot of people come out and support us, so hopefully we get the same turnout as last year.
Absolutely. Well, you know, you gentlemen are to be congratulated, you know, creating more memories here for all the fans here in Milton. I don't know if you saw it, but this place was lined with people. Even when it was raining, no one left. And I know that you weren't about to leave the mound, you know, with the game in hand, but unbelievable job. Congratulations, Owen, Vinny, and Jimmy. Take care, guys, and good luck to you in the next round. We'll be right back with Coach Brendan Morrissey, the architect of this season. As I promised you, I'm back here with Coach Brendan Morrissey, the architect of this 20-3 season so far. The Wildcats on to the semifinals after an impressive 1-0 win against Plymouth North and an impressive pitching performance by their guy, the left-hander DC Brown. But the Wildcats manufactured a big run there in the third inning and made it stand up. Owen McHugh. Brendan, can you tell me a little bit about, you know, what it means to get this team back in the semifinals?
Yeah, it's awesome. Since we started the playoffs, the motto with the guys was to get back on the bus. If we got back on a bus, we knew we had 3 home games. We're going to the semifinals. So these guys love playing in big games, and we got a chance to do it again.
So we're going to see another town spa visit?
Hopefully, that will be a great situation. Yeah, last year we had a day off before the finals, and we went out to Campanelli and scouted the 2 teams and took the boys out to town spa. So it was a great night.
Will that be a similar setup? Will you be the first game and then you'll find out and then have a chance to scout?
Yeah, they haven't released the schedule yet, but we'll see how it falls if that happens. It's a great team building night, so it'll be a great situation if we're in it again.
Well, this team has, you know, done it all year too. I mean, manufacturing runs, getting great pitching performances. Scott Longo, I thought, outdueled Jack Cropper, and then of course you get the ace, you know, here, Owen McHugh going, and 12 strikeouts in that game, and you know, gave up 2 in the first inning, but really settled down after that.
Yeah, they're just a great group of kids. Since the 3rd Monday of March when this thing started, they show up every day, they work hard, and the biggest thing is they have a ton of fun. So they're a great group. It's a privilege to coach them, and can't thank them enough for how hard they work.
Yeah, now you're back to the semifinals, as I mentioned. How do you draw upon the experiences that you had last year, not just going to the semifinals, but winning it all?
Yeah, it's a great experience to have. A lot of the guys were in the dugout last year and on the field, and you know they know what it takes to win these tight games, and they cherish the opportunity to go out there and play in big games. That's what it's all about.
How do you think they'll all handle it now?
Oh, they're ready to go. They've been trying to get back on that bus since the playoffs started, one at a time, and we're going to keep that same mentality like we've done for years up here. Put in the work at practice and come out rip roaring, ready to go.
So that's been the motto, back on the bus?
Yeah, we're back on the bus, so now we're going to go take care of business.
All righty. That's the Milton Wildcat head coach, Brendan Morrissey. Job well done. 20-3 season with more wins to come, we hope. And they're going to be back on the bus, headed down to Brockton to Campanelli Stadium for the Division II semifinals. Congratulations, Brendan. Job well done, man. All righty. Take care.
Thanks, guys.
All righty. That does it for us here. And we want everyone to get out there to Brockton. We don't know the date yet, time to be decided, and opponent also to be decided. It'll be either Whitman Hanson or Westfield. So it's going to be an unbelievable game down there for the Wildcats as they strive to defend their Division II state championship title. All right, everybody, back to the studio.